Hi, I am Dr. Santosh Kumar, consultant neonatologist and pediatrician at Motherhood Hospital, Banshek.
Hi, I am Dr. Samir S. Rao, consultant pediatrician at Motherhood Hospital, Banshankari. COVID per se doesn't spare anyone. Children right from birth up to 18 years of age can get COVID infection, but severity as compared to the adults is very less, probably because of the immunological difference between the children and the adults, and also the comorbidities like diabetes, hypertension, cardiac problems are less in children compared to the adults, so severity is less.
Symptoms in adults predominantly present with fever and respiratory symptoms like cough and cold, whereas children will have a varied presentation, like a child might not have any symptoms and may be subclinical, or may present with fever associated with either gastrointestinal symptoms or respiratory symptoms or generalized muscle aches. But predominantly it is fever with gastrointestinal symptoms in children.
COVID-19 very rarely in few children can cause complications 6 weeks to 6 months later, which can involve different organs like cardiac, lungs, kidney, etc., which in medical terms we call it as multisystem inflammatory syndrome in children, which occurs because of the antibodies which are present in children which act against the body. This can be treated if it is appropriately diagnosed and treated at the earliest.
Yes, if the parents are positive for COVID-19 infection and if the child stays with the parents, if it's asymptomatic, try to isolate yourself and make sure that the child is not exposed to your parents. But if the child shows any symptoms, it is always better to get it tested so that the doctor is aware of the infection and accordingly the treatment can be planned.
COVID-19 in children can be prevented the same way which applies to the adults. The three things, this is hand hygiene, mask and social distance. Encourage your kid to wear the mask, especially if the kid is more than 2 years of age, and a safe distance from other kids, especially if you are staying in apartments or you are going to a function or something. Children tend to mingle with others, so ensure that the social distance is maintained. The third thing is hand hygiene is very important, so make it as a playful activity so that the children keep on washing their hands regularly, and you should set the example by washing your hands also in front of the children.
Suppose if a child has symptoms of COVID-19 infection and the report says that he is positive, then you don't have to get panicked. The COVID infection in children also has certain phases, the mild phase, the intermittent phase and the severity phase. So what you should do is consult your doctor through video consultation at the earliest. Let the doctor know what are the symptoms the child is facing, and the doctor will also ask some of the leading questions to know about the severity of the infection. Accordingly, a treatment is planned and it is advised to your children. And a review follow-up will be advised by the doctor whenever it is required, and kindly follow up with a similar advice from the doctor.
COVID-19 infection per se is not known to spread by breast milk, so mother can safely continue to breastfeed the baby, but she should ensure that she wears the mask during the feeding time, and she should practice hand hygiene. She should wash her hands thoroughly before handling the baby.
The adults and children pulse oximeter differ by the fit into the index finger. Normally, children less than 1 year might require a strap of band tied to the foot or to the wrist to record the pulse oximeter saturations, whereas children between 8 to 10 years might require a specialized pulse oximeter which fits appropriately to the index finger, whereas children above 10 years can use a normal adult pulse oximeter to register saturations. But rather than using a pulse oximeter, the clinical assessment of the child's breathing is more important.
Once your child is tested positive, do consult your pediatrician. As in adults, the child also can be better managed at home. The pediatrician will advise you regarding what to monitor at home, and he might prescribe few medicines for the kid. So more of monitoring, regular monitoring should be done at home. And if there are any severity, we call it as red flags, which will be explained to you. If there are red flags in children, then you need to visit the hospital.
The red flag signs in children are: 1. The child has got trouble in breathing in terms of difficulty in lying down position, or has continuous bouts of cough which is disturbing his physical activity. 2nd, if the child complains of severe abdominal pain and unable to tolerate it. 3rd, if the child has sort of confusion and is not aware of the time, place and person he is around. 4th, if he has got any blue lips or severe chest pain, then it is one of the red flags. These are some of the important points which a parent should be aware of. Any of these symptoms continue to be present, then the child should be immediately brought back to hospital.
Vaccination are given for different diseases at different age of child. Few of the vaccination are for life-threatening diseases which can spread during the pandemic also. So these vaccinations are very essential. So always contact your pediatrician. Few vaccinations should be given on time, but your pediatrician might defer few vaccination by few weeks or few months based on the type of vaccine and the age of the child.
In relation to the third wave, experts opine that the third wave might affect the children predominantly. The reason could be since the children are not yet vaccinated, the adult population getting vaccinated, so the next hindrance will be on the children.
This period of quarantine period and the lockdown period can be very stressful in children. They can be anxious about the infection. So talk to your children based on their age and their understanding. Help them to understand why you should wear a mask, maintain social distancing. At the same time, maintain a routine in your children. Ensure that physical activity is done at least 30 minutes to 1 hour per day. Ensure that mental activity is also done. Sit with your children and some mental games for at least 30 minutes to 1 hour per day. And cut down on the screen time, monitor what they watch on TV and internet, and watching news along with the children can be very anxious for them. And maintain the social contact for the children. It's very essential during this lockdown time. So video call to your relatives or your friends. Let the children spend time with the friends or relatives, and ensure that the children takes a good nutritious diet, high in proteins, lot of liquids.
As per the WHO recommendations, children above 2 years should wear mask, whereas children less than 2 years do not have to wear mask. Whereas children playing in ground or doing physical activity should always maintain a social distance. At that point of time, they can play around with maintaining a social distance with other children and can remove their mask.
Medical research is still ongoing regarding the safety of vaccination in children. As and when the safety profile is established in children, we can go ahead and give the vaccination in children.
As such, there are no immune boosters for children to prevent COVID-19 infection. But what parents can follow is good nutritious diet, which involves a lot of proteins in the diet and a lot of liquids in the form of fruit juices, vegetable soups and green leafy will help the child. Whereas if the child has got infections of COVID-19, the doctors will advise certain medications to boost the immunity of the child. This video is about parental education on COVID-19 infection in children. Stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you.
Thank you.